long day for me, but it's always a joy and a pleasure to give back. And Olivia, your father's a great guy, and you raise well, absolutely. And but it's always good to talk to students. I talk to students quite a bit, and tonight I want to just motivate you, and that's what they asked me to do a little bit, and just your quest for to be great, because greatness isn't everybody in this room who's on this Zoom call, and you need to know that. It's going to be easy. No, it's not going to be easy, but hey, easy is not an option, right? Easy is not an option. Now, I've been privileged to teach leadership, 31 different countries around the world. I'm from Decatur, Alabama originally, and I have many friends there in Valley, Alabama, and down in Auburn area. So I generally don't say this, but for you all tonight, I will say War Eagle. But good. So I want to talk about a topic I call JUMP. And what JUMP is an acronym for Just Use My Potential. Just use my potential. Every one of you, and I would say guys, that's for everybody, but every one of you have potential that's on tonight. Matthew, you have potential. Katie, you have potential. Alexander, you have potential. Every one of you who here tonight, you have potential. But potential is just that. If we don't use it and we don't cultivate it, then it just stays there. You're part of Delta Sigma Phi. I looked up 113 years, your organization been empowering and equipping members to be have greater impact when it comes to this country, civil, when it comes to business. And, you're the future leaders. Matter of fact, you're not future because you're now. Some of you may have some entrepreneurship activities that's going on, and that's great, or you're doing things that's impacting the business world as today. So sometimes we say that you are the leader of tomorrow, but you're really the leader of right now, today. I'm the CEO of about 3 different organizations. One of the companies, we employ about 600 people, and we have a lot of stuff going on all the time. And I try to teach the people that follow me that, hey, you got great potential. There's greatness inside of you, but it's going to take some work to get it out of you. It's going to take some work to get it out of all of us. You're fortunate you're at Auburn University. You produce Tim Cook. What else can we say, right? Octavia Spencer. I mean, you produce some awesome people. You're a great institution. And so Auburn has the potential to produce great people. But what is that if you don't do anything with it? Now, what is potential? It's that capacity, to develop something, okay, to be great. Is that quality, that latent quality that you have inside of you to do something that's magnificent. Now, here's the deal. There's a guy named Dr. Miles Monroe. He passed away a few years ago from Bahamas, great teacher. And Miles Monroe said, Dr. Monroe said that the cemetery is the richest place in the world. And when he said that to me, I said, what do you mean? This man, talked to kings and dignitaries. He said, because many people died with potential. They had it. They had potential to be great. They had potential to be great business leaders, CEOs, CFOs, or whatever it may be, but they did not fulfill it. And we don't want anyone to leave this call tonight without their potential, you activating their potential. So we're going to talk about some things that's going to help you to jump. And I'm telling you, you got to jump. You got to take that leap. You got to take that jump to go ahead and be the best you can be. Okay? Just go ahead and be the best you can be. When you jump, you're going to get hurt. It's okay. But go ahead and take that jump because we're going to learn. I've learned more in the last 51 years on this earth from my failures than my successes. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. I want you to write down a formula. It's not my formula. It's a guy named Jack Canfield that he's a leadership guru. And Jack Canfield says E plus R equals O. E plus R equals O. E stands for environment. The R stands for your response to the environment. And the O stands for the outcome. Listen, I use this in life. I use this at companies that I teach and at the companies that I run. E plus R equals O. You cannot do anything to change your environment. Right now, some of you, hey, we're in COVID-19. Anybody ready for COVID to leave besides me? Raise your hand, wave at me. I mean, really, we all sick of it, right? Including me. Okay, but I see you, Nico. But we can't do anything to change the environment. Okay, we have to just flow with it, right? So the deal is, how do you control your outcome? You control, okay, the R part, E plus R equals O. You and I, we all have the ability to control and regulate our response to the environment. So when you respond in a positive way, then you get the proper outcome. There have been many circumstances in my life that if I had responded the wrong way, we wouldn't be where we're at. Just a little bit background of Ability Plus, anyway, one of the companies, we take care of people with special needs. We're the largest in the state of Alabama. But when I took it over 6 years ago, we was losing about $115,000 a month. I said losing $115,000 a month. Okay, who takes over a company losing $115,000 a month? Hey, that's why I don't have no hair on my head now. Okay, but the deal is we did. But we took it over believing that the company had potential to be great. And we've gotten to that place, okay? That's what it's going to take. We have to control our response. The environment may look rough. It may look bad. It may look like you're not going to win. Maybe in some of your classes right now, it seems tough. I've been there, okay? But respond in a proper way. Respond in a positive way, and nothing can stop you. I'm telling you. I'm excited about your generation. I have a daughter, my oldest daughter. She's right now at Duke Law School there, and all. But I tell her, I say, I believe in your generation. A lot of people want to down your generation, but I believe you guys are smart. You way smarter than I ever will be, probably. Okay, you guys are smart, but it's going to take you really digging in, really going the extra mile, okay, and not being distracted by all the stuff that's going on in order for the potential in you to come out. So you got to jump. You got to take the jump. So let's talk about 8 principles that will help you maximize your potential, okay? Your jump. Just use my potential. You want to use your potential. Let's talk about 8 principles for you to maximize that potential to have something to happen in your life that's powerful, okay? Number 1 is, and I'm not going to tell you anything that you have not heard, but it may sound different, it may feel different, and you may act upon it a little different, but you probably have heard it. Number 1 is, be diligent in your work. Be diligent in your work. Now, what is diligence? It means constant effort. As you pursue to accomplish your goal, you got to be diligent, all right? It's not going to happen just by you being smart. Listen, I know a bunch of smart people. They're not successful. They're not doing anything. Olivia, they smart, but it's like, okay, dude, come on, what you gonna do? It's not enough to be smart. You have to be diligent. You have to be that person that's willing and able to just focus and keep grinding, keep going. See, you are who you are under pressure. You're not who you are when everything is great. You are who you are when the pressure's on you. So you gotta be diligent and don't stop. There are gonna be many times you want to throw in the towel. Throw the towel away so you can't throw it in order to stop, okay? No, just stay diligent. I tell people, just keep going to bed, getting up in the morning, being diligent, and you're gonna see what I'm saying. All right, that's with you as well. But it's gonna take that. And hey, there's no way around it. There's no shortcuts to success. There's no shortcuts to success. People say it is, they think it is, but it's not. Okay, number 1. Number 2, overcome your failures. Now this is key. Overcome your failures. Remember, I said I learned more from my failures than my successes. Failure is part of the equation of success. Listen, I don't like the failures I've had. I've had some big ones. I mean, big splash, okay? But the deal is, I learned so much from them till if you say Doc Rock, and that's what they call me. You say, Doc Rock, would you change your failures? No. I'd rather have those failures because they led to my success. You're going to fail. And sometimes you're going to fail really hard. But Michael Dell, told his executives, fail fast. Now, years ago, I worked for IBM. I was an engineer and a manager for IBM. And at that time, IBM had personal computers. And this young whippersnapper, this young guy out of Austin, Texas, named Michael Dell, showed up and took the market from us. Literally took it from us. Okay? Why? He was not afraid to fail. We was being very, cautious and let's not, I don't know if people want that. And he just did it and just took over the personal computer business, all right? Because he was not afraid to fail. fail fast. Many people have failed, besides you. Thomas Edison. All right, they call him too stupid, and y'all heard about this. Walt Disney, have no imagination. Michael Jordan, cut from his team, and you've heard all that. Well, we all have failed. We failed many times, but it's part of the equation. So now you don't want to fail, too many tests. You don't want to fail, the class. All right, but if you do, take it over or drop it before it's over and take it again and learn from it. But the deal is, you're going to fail. The reality of winning, the reality of you being successful and potential coming forward in your life is that you're going to fail. So embrace that failure. I tell people, you really never fail. Either you win or you learn. I've never really truly failed, because every failure is a learning experience for me. So I tell people, I never fail. I win or learn. And if you take that type of attitude, then you're gonna go far. Okay, and don't worry about it. Abraham Lincoln, one of the greatest presidents we ever had. I mean, he failed in business. I mean, tons of times. How many of you like Kentucky Fried Chicken besides me? Or used to like it? Okay. And by the way, it was once really, really good when I was young, but seemed like whatever now. I kind of like Popeyes a little bit. But anyway, here's Colonel Sanders. Have anyone ever seen a young picture of Colonel Sanders? No, Nico, no. The man was 65 years old when he had his first franchise. It is said that Colonel Sanders, 1,000 people turned him down, failed at 1,000 people. Now remember, he's in Kentucky trying to sell fried chicken. Man, listen, this is the South. Everybody thinks that their grandma chicken is the best or their mom's chicken the best. Okay, people's like, no. But he didn't stop. He failed 1,000 times, but now, his chicken all over the world. So I teach this a lot. So everywhere I go, I try to find Kentucky Fried Chicken. I was in Nigeria last year, been there many times in Africa. Guess what I found in Nigeria, Matthew? Kentucky Fried Chicken. Okay? Trinidad, Tobago, Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's everywhere. Why? Because somebody refused to fail, and he knew his chicken recipe, finger licking good as they called it, had potential. What is the potential of Alex? Okay, what is your potential? What are your potential? It's there, but you can't run from failure. All right, number 3, avoid procrastination. This is principle now. Avoid procrastination. You cannot procrastinate. Let me give you my definition of procrastination. Disobedience in slow motion. Not doing your work in slow motion. You're going backwards, okay? Listen, we all have a tendency to procrastinate, but go forward. Go ahead and finish. Go ahead and finish. It may be tough, it may be hard, but finish. Avoid procrastinating. If you're going to be successful and potentially going to come out of you're going to be a great business person, you're going to be a great marketer or accountant or whatever it may be. Okay, you got to avoid procrastination. And I know you're in school and we know you got another day to get it done. I get it. But how many of you besides me? Okay, put it like this. When I was in school, I got kind of caught up, and I've been in school and I got bachelors and doctors and all that stuff, but wait till the last minute and got in trouble. Anybody got in trouble procrastinating? All of us, right? Yeah, right. I mean, it's natural sometimes, but you got to avoid it as much as possible, and you got to have a game plan. Get your game plan in place, okay, in order for you to be successful in that. All right. Number 4, seek encouraging surroundings. Seek encouraging surroundings. Surround yourself with people that will encourage you. Do not surround yourself with people who want to stop you, who don't believe in you, who don't want to help you. You got to seek encouraging surroundings. Now, here's the deal. I don't hang with chickens. I eat chickens. I hang with eagles. Okay? I grill chicken. I fry chicken. I bake chicken. But I don't hang with chicken. I eat chickens. I hang with eagles. You got to get around some eagles, some people who will fly into the storm and let the storm lift them in order to go higher. If you're going to be great, if the potential that's inside of you is going to come out and come to fruition and be fulfilled in your life, you're going to surround yourself with people who are encouraging, people who say, you know what, that's tough, that's hard. Okay, we messed up, but let's keep going. Let's keep going. And I hope that everyone in your fraternity, in your organization, that there are people who want to keep going, who fall, but get up, dust their knees off, get back in the game, say, hey, let's go forward. Let's not stop. That's what you're going to need. That's what's important, okay? I surround myself with people who are smarter than me. There are some people that's in my inner circle who, you know, they own billion-dollar business. You know, I get in the room, I'm the poorest in the room sometimes, guys. I'm the dumbest in the room sometimes. But here's the deal. I learned so much from those individuals. Okay, now let me just be frank. I'm not a poor person. God has blessed me, okay? But sometimes I'm in the room and people have way more status than I do. But I like that because I want to surround myself with people who are going to say, you know, Doc, you can do it. You know, you're going to have to go through a few things. You know, you have to learn some tricks of the trade. But hey, keep going forward. That's who you want to be around. That's who you want to surround yourself with, people who say when it's tough, when the water starts to rise, they say, hey, let's build a boat. Let's build a boat. Let's keep going forward. That's very important for you to stay sane and stay on your game plan and to meet your goals and your milestones that you have in front of you in life. Okay? Very, very, very important. All right, number five. We are moving on. We're moving on. Never think or speak negative about yourself. Never think or speak negatively about yourself. All right? Very important. Because when you think negatively about yourself, that puts you in disagreement with the greatness that's in you. And you never want to be in disagreement with the greatness that's inside of you. Okay? Now, that's a thing called self-concept. And many teachers and many scholars talk about this. The real deal is that you have 65,000 thoughts a day. 65,000, Olivia. And 80 to 90% of those thoughts are negative, okay? And it is proven that 85% of your success is based on your attitude. It's based on your positive mental attitude, okay? Your self-concept, as we call it, all right? And what all that is just how you think every day. That's how you look at things, okay? Your self-esteem, how do you feel about yourself? Your self-image, how do you see yourself, okay? What do you think about yourself? Those things are so important. And I know sometimes it's kind of mushy stuff like, man, you know, that think positive, you know, positive thinking, that stuff don't work. Yes, it do. You are what you think. You are today what you thought yesterday. You'll be tomorrow what you're thinking right now today. All of us, we look like our thoughts. We look like our decisions. So that's why it's very important, okay, that you think the right way. Now, behind me is one of my favorite animals, is a lion. Okay, and I love lions. Why? Because the lion is not the fastest in the jungle. He's not the strongest in the jungle. He's not the biggest in the jungle. But the lion has a king's mentality. A lion says, I am the king. And they act that way, even though they're not the fastest, the biggest, the strongest. Okay? That's why you got to think the right way. There will be many opportunities for you to think negative about you. Negative about your situation, negative about yourself personally, not just from an academic standpoint and not just from a career standpoint, corporate America, but individually. And you got to say no. You got to pull that down and say, no, I am great. I can do this. I am here. I'm at Auburn University. I'm going to do well. I'm going to graduate. I'm going to start my business. I'm going to get a job. I'm going to do whatever your dream is, whatever your goal is. You must see it in a positive light. And you got to keep reminding yourself. You see, because here's the deal. If you can see it on the canvas of your imagination, you can have it. I run 4 different organizations, okay? I've been all around the world. Now, I'm not trying to brag on myself. I'm going somewhere with this, okay? But I was born to a 15-year-old. My mom had me when she was 15 years old. I was the first person in my family to ever graduate from high school. And my mom, on my mom's side, she had 12 siblings. None of them graduated. Mom got a GED and then became a nurse, okay? I'm going somewhere. Now, the reason I tell you all this is not for your sympathy or anything like that. I tell you this is because I always thought I could do something. I always, even growing up in the projects, you know, I said, hey, I'm gonna do what I want to do. You know, I turned 50 last year. I bought me, I bought a 2015 Gran Turismo Maserati. That thing fast too, bro. I'm telling you, I love it. Okay, now here's the deal. Did I tell you that to brag? No, I told you that because that was not the thinking in my house. That was not the thinking when I grew up. There was a lot of negative thinking. And I said, no, I'm gonna think positive. I'm gonna help people. I'm gonna give to charity. I'm gonna help people. I'm gonna talk, and I'm talking to you tonight. Okay. I didn't send Olivia my normal bill. Not at all. I love doing this for you. Okay. But you gotta think positive. How many, by the way, let me ask you this. How many of you are very interested in being an entrepreneur, starting a business yourself, or have started a business? Any of you all? Okay. Good, because don't count that out. Do whatever you want to do, you can do it. You can do it. All right, number 6, we're about done. Number 6. Focus on your potential, not your limitations. Focus on your potential, not your limitations. I tell people, you exhort your strengths and work on your weaknesses. Now, Olivia, you read that great, my bio, read some things I've done. But to be honest with you, many people say, well, you're a successful guy, dude. And I said, man, I don't feel successful at all because I know my limitations. I know I have a lot of weaknesses that other people cover for me, right? And I work on. We all have weaknesses. We all have limitations. But don't focus on those limitations, okay? Focus on your potential. Work on your limitations. Because you start focusing on your limitations, your potential will go out the door. You'll stop dreaming. You'll stop believing. You'll stop aspiring to be great, and greatness is in every one of you. Okay, so it's very, very important that you focus. Make sure you focus on your potential, not all the limitations that you have. Okay, very, very important. William, focus on your potential. And what's all inside of William, because William can do great things, and we believe that, okay? But we all gotta focus on that. All right, number 7. Learn to handle criticism. Do not let it discourage you, okay? Learn to handle criticism. Always allow someone to speak into you. Always allow someone to criticize you. It's all right. I was in a high-level meeting about 3 years ago. And this guy who's very, very successful, he really challenged me. He's sitting on my board. He really challenged me, Jackson, in a meeting. And I was like, man, I thought this guy was my friend. I mean, I didn't put my fist up, but I really wanted to. And I'm like, why are you challenging me so strongly? Well, after the meeting, we walked to his car. He said, Dr. Watkins, he said, I saw you, you was a little kind of, rattled by me criticizing you like I did. I said, I didn't get that, He said, well, he said, you got great potential. You're doing great, but you can go even higher. He said, and you got to learn to let people even criticize you the more. Because the more they criticize you, the more that you do an inspection of yourself in order to better yourself, that the possibilities may come out and come to life. So we have to learn to criticize, let people criticize ourselves, and then criticize you, and then critique yourself. It's important that you start critiquing yourself. Here's what I tell people: take a checkup from the neck up and look around from the shoulder down. Take a checkup from the neck up and look around from the shoulder down. That means that you are literally criticizing yourself. You're literally saying, how can I get better? The person, maybe they try to throw a jab at me, but why? Can I be better? Simon Sinek, who's a guy I follow a lot, talk about the infinite game and the finite game. And the finite game is that you are comparing yourself to other people. The infinite game is you're comparing yourself to you. So in business, I don't compare our business based on other people's business. At Ability Plus, we want to be the best we can be. At Vision Excellence Company, our consulting company, we want to be the best we can be. Dr. Karockas Watkins, I'm not going to compete against another person. I'm going to be critical of myself. I'm going to be the best doc I can be. When I wake up tomorrow, I'm going to say, hey, can I be a better Dr. Watkins? Can I be a better doc than I was on Monday? All right, if I live to see tomorrow. And that's very important that you get that, and that you're not afraid to take criticism from other people, and you're not afraid of other people critiquing you, and you're not afraid to critique yourself. Very important, because remember, those are the small things, are things that's going to move you forward in life, move you forward to have greater impact in the business world, in the civil world that we're in order for, you know, the greatness in you to come out. Now, the last principle, it may not fit everybody. It fits me. It's what I live by. And focus daily on your greatest source of confidence. And to me, that's God. Focus daily on your greatest source of confidence. Whatever that may be, for me, it's God. You know, confidence is a very, very important thing. You got to focus daily on this confidence that's in you. Because when you have true confidence, okay, you can mount mountains. You can do anything. It is said, some studies come out, that 80% of the adults in this country don't have the proper confidence that's needed to achieve their goals and their dreams. Confidence is that I can do it no matter what is going on. And you gotta have that. Sometimes I'm in front of people, I'm in front of our employees, which we call team members. I'm in front of other companies and people, and I don't have all the answers. And sometimes I'm kind of shaking in my boots a little, but I'm totally confident that we're going to win. I remember, like I said, 6 years ago, standing in front of, at the time, my 400 employees, saying, hey, we're going to be the best in the industry. My knees were shaking, but I said it with confidence. I did not have all the answers. I did not have all of the plan. I did not have all of the resources, but I was confident that if we came together and learned, we could do it. Okay, and we did it. Now we going through other things. We've been through other things. COVID hit many companies. Many of us are being challenged. But guess what? We're not going to stop. We're going to keep going because the potential is there. You got to jump. Just use my potential. You got to jump. Take that leap. Go ahead and jump on out there. Okay, and you're not going to die. Okay, you're not going to drown. It's going to be all right. But you got to keep going forward, and you cannot stop. You can't stop. Business can be tough. You all in school. Some of you probably going to get ready to graduate here in a few months or whatever. And there's nothing easy sometimes out here in the business world. But I tell you what, the opportunities out here, and you can be successful. And no matter who you are, no matter what your background is, no matter what your race, your gender, none of that. You get past any of that if you just jump. And the potential that's in you, if you just maximize it, and nothing can stop you. Now, here's the deal. I'll take some questions after I say this, if you have any. But no bad days, okay? Just shout no bad days. No bad days. No bad days. You can't have bad days, guys, okay? You may have a bad hour, a bad minute, bad 3 hours, but you cannot afford to have a full bad day. I tell people I have challenging days, I have challenging hours, but I can't afford to have a total bad day. Too many people are counting on me and you, okay? And we need you, okay? We need you, so no bad days. So here's the deal. It's Super Sunday. It's Marvelous Monday. It's Terrific Tuesday. It's Wonderful Wednesday. It's Triumphant Thursday. It's Fantastic Friday. And it's Successful Saturday. I'm Doc Rock. You join me at the top, okay?
Thank you so much, Dr. Watkins. Do you guys have any questions? I actually have a question if nobody else wants to start. But I was just going to ask, you talked about procrastinating, and, I think college students as a whole kind of struggle with that sometimes, especially now with all of our classes being online. So I was just going to ask what advice you would have for overcoming that, because sometimes it's just so tempting to start procrastinating and then you get kind of backed up on stuff. So just what advice would you have for someone trying to overcome that?
Well, my heart goes out to all of you all, in the situation that you're in, as my daughter is. But I will say this: number one is get you an accountability partner. Say you have to do a paper, and this dude Friday, and let somebody know that by Wednesday you need to be at a certain point, and say, make me accountable. And accountability goes a long way. It's like that person who's sparring. You do 9 reps, but you got the person who's helping you. You can do 10. I would say, first of all, set some goals, and you got to stick with them, and you got to remind yourself. But you need that accountability. You need someone who's going to hold you accountable to what you say.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome. Anybody else? Any questions? If I don't have an answer, I'll make up something. No, I'll find answers later on. But any question?
Okay, so I have a very interesting question. So the 4th thing that you said was to seek encouraging surroundings and encouraging people. And the 7th was to learn to handle criticism. And I'm curious as to how you balance those, because, you want the criticism to be encouraging, but at the same time, you want to make sure that that's not like, it doesn't fall into the negative, like it's just an unnecessarily negative comment at the same time.
No, that's a great question. I mean, it's really good. Well, so I think that I know the deal is that when you in surroundings of encouragement, those people have your best interests. You know that they really want you to win, so you don't mind them taking a jab at you because they really want you to win. They really want you to accomplish your goals. And so there may not be a lot of Nico. There may not be a lot of people, that fit that criteria that they want you to win. That they have your back, so that allows them to be critical to you. So here's why I say all the time, if I don't know you, if you're not on my side, if I don't think you want me to win, I'm not gonna listen to you beat me up. No. Because I don't know what angle you're coming from. So that really is from people who is in your corner. Make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. You gotta try to get the context of what they're saying and kind of judge for yourself whether or not it's criticism or it's just a negative comment.
Right, exactly. And a lot of people want to be critical, and sometimes we don't know the difference. But you got to judge that, and I always tell people, if you criticize me, where is the nugget? There should be something that you say that will help me in your criticism. If it's just to kill me, then I push away from that. Anybody else? Oh, I didn't do that well, I know. Or maybe like, I'm glad when you leave.
Oh my God. Okay, if none of y'all have questions, then I think that's it. But thank you so much, Dr. Watkins. That was fantastic. I think I saw several people taking notes, so I think that means you did an awesome job and they want to remember what you said. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you all. If I do halfway decent with you guys, hey, I feel there's a thumbs up, and I just want to encourage you all. Hey, I know that times are different, but keep going. Keep your dream in front of you. Keep your goals in front of you. Don't let anything stop you. And even though my wife is an Alabama alumni, because I like you guys and I think y'all doing well, War Eagle.
War Eagle. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You have a good night.
You too.
Bye-bye.
All right, awesome. I think with that, unless Olivia, is there anything else you wanted to add?
Thank you all for coming. I appreciate it.
Yeah, glad to have everyone here. Alex, if you're ready, maybe finish up after we do our announcements with the closing ritual. But before, remember, t-shirts, if you want them, please contact Josh because he's got them. And now they're technically vintage because they're over a semester old. As well as keep collecting those pop tabs and donating them when you can. Our next meeting, as I think Alex sent out, is not going to be next week, but the week after.